Hi, I'm Samantha Scott from the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre. June is National Indigenous History Month in Canada, an opportunity to learn about the unique cultures, traditions, and experiences of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. In this episode, we want to recognize this important effort, explore the rich history of the Métis people in Southern Alberta, and highlight our unique partnership with the Lethbridge and Area Métis Association.
Across the prairies, the wind is a constant companion. Drifting down from the mountains, across hills and valleys, forests and plains, the wind is a harbinger of change. It whispers warm breezes across snow-covered winter landscapes and caresses sunny summer evenings. It whips up snow into blizzard frenzies and boils up ominous black clouds of prairie thunderstorms. And if you listen closely, you might hear messages in the wind which speak of hope, change, and renewal. This is Voices in the Wind, a regular broadcast from the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre where we share news about our mission to end sexual violence and child abuse across southwest Alberta.
Hi, I'm Samantha Scott. I am one of the External Communications and Sustainable Fund Development Officers here at the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre. I would like to welcome you to this episode of Voices in the Wind, a podcast dedicated to exploring news and information about sexual abuse, sexual violence, and child abuse. This can be a challenging topic to address, but our goal is to approach it with hope and positivity. We aim to highlight the incredible efforts being made to support those affected by abuse, while also providing insight and raising awareness that can inspire real and lasting social change. Thank you so much to those of you joining us for this important conversation. We recognize that this may touch on subject matter that is uncomfortable or triggering. If you feel like you need help, please reach out to our office at 403-694-1094 or call the Alberta One Line for Sexual Violence at 1-866-403-8000. You can also visit our website at csacleth.ca. In recognition of National Indigenous History Month in Canada, we thought we would take this opportunity to learn a little bit about the rich history of the Métis people in Southern Alberta. We also want to highlight some of the wonderful programming offered at the Lethbridge and Area Métis Association and touch on the partnership that they have with our organization. To do that, we are thrilled to welcome Kimberly Hansen, Senior Administrator for the Association, to our podcast. Kimberly is a Métis citizen with ancestors from Red River and Southern Alberta. Kimberly has a background in education and science, as well as experience in nonprofit governance and contract management. In her role, she helps the association build its capacity to reach the community and to make a difference for the Métis people of Lethbridge and the surrounding communities. Kimberly has been serving the community since 2019 as a board member and a volunteer. Plus, she has worked in multiple school divisions interprovincially. Welcome to Voices in the Wind, Kimberly.
Thank you.
So, as we have mentioned, June is National Indigenous History Month in Canada, and we know that this month is dedicated to recognizing and celebrating the history, heritage, resilience, and diversity of the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people across Canada. So to start, can you tell us a little bit about the Métis Association and all the work that you do?
Of course, we are Lethbridge and Area Métis Association. So we're an independent, not-for-profit charitable organization within Lethbridge. We focus on preserving and revitalizing Métis culture and promoting just Métis values within the community and providing people a place to come together to give that sense of belonging within the community. So we do a number of different programming, so ranging from traditional skills like beading, weaving, dot art, Michif language programs, And then we also have directed youth programming, and we have partnerships with other organizations such as yourself to help them, and just if they have their own Indigenous initiatives, that we can highlight those and make sure that they happen in a good way. We also hold some annual events just to give people a place to come together and celebrate Métis culture and heritage. We've got our grad barbecue coming up this month of June, just to give those grads that acknowledgement that they're graduating, give them a sash, and give everyone a place to come together to celebrate.
That's awesome. Thank you. And of course, we know that the Métis have a rich history locally. Could you provide us with a bit of a picture of the Métis people in Southern Alberta?
Sure. So Métis people have been recorded in Southern Alberta since the early 1800s. So we've been here for quite a while. And we know that in Lethbridge alone, there's more than 2,000 Métis people, and probably about the same in the outlying communities. So statistically, it's a pretty large number. We're a third of the Indigenous population. And we know that our people, they do have the same sort of systemic disadvantages as other Indigenous people, high rates of domestic violence, homelessness, poverty, those sorts of conditions. And on top of that, we do have a large number of people that are reconnecting with their community. There's a period of time where it's called the hidden generation, where Métis, a lot of people hid that they were Métis because it was safer to do so. And so they didn't tell their kids or their grandkids that they were Métis so that they could attend white schools, or they could just be safer within the community. And so now people are finding out that they were Métis, and so they want to reconnect. So we have these risk factors, and then we have this disconnect from the community. So we have a lot of people that are just trying to learn more and see where they belong, and so we're trying to be that hub for those people.
That's awesome. And so can you tell us a little bit about the activities that you have coming up in June to celebrate the Métis culture?
Sure, there's a lot of things happening in June. It's Indigenous Month, so we do have something coming up for Father's Day. We've got a partnership with Populous. It's still in the works, but it's going to be something for dads with leatherworking. And then we have, not specifically our event, but in Medicine Hat, there's a Métis event called The Hills Are Alive, and we're providing financial support. If people want to go with their families, they can reach out to us and we can help them to get there and attend that festival. We've got National Indigenous Peoples Day on June 21st, so we'll be in Galt Gardens at the city's event. And then the following day on June 22nd is our grad barbecue. And so we put all of our events and information about what we're doing on our social media pages, so Facebook, Instagram, and then we have a newsletter that goes out at the start of every month. So if people want to know what we're doing for the month to come and they don't want to go on social media, they can just reach out and sign up for the newsletter.
Thank you so much for that answer. That sounds like so much to look forward to. Before we take a short break, I was wondering if you could maybe share how Métis ceremonies, storytelling, or art contribute to healing from trauma and fostering that community strength.
Yeah, absolutely. So we know that that healing is very much an individual journey, and everybody's experiences are different. But we also know that as individuals heal, the community heals. And so for our own cultural teachings, people can find healing in like learning a new skill, for example, like beading would bring your hands and your body into a safer space. It provides that safe space to share in your grief or your healing. And then with like storytelling and ceremonies, we have that community connection. We have our elders come in and share stories of resilience, and again, that can offer people a place to connect. So I know that with healing, it's so important to have those community connections outside to find that sense of belonging and continue towards a path of healing.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. Now we are going to take a bit of a break in our conversation, and while we do that, here is Brett Brown with Chinook Winds, a look ahead at some of the exciting things happening in June.
Hi, I'm Brett Brown, and welcome to Chinook Winds, our monthly summary of news and events at the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre. To start with, we want to say a big thank you to everyone that supported our efforts during Sexual Violence Awareness Month in May, including members of Chrome Harvest who invited us to attend their album release party. Also to the Owl Acoustic Lounge who hosted the event and supported our fundraising efforts, and to Big Rock Brewing for their contribution. Thanks also to our friend and supporter Cass Mitchell of Tats by Cass for producing and selling special limited edition apparel during Sexual Violence Awareness Month featuring her beautiful artwork. Also thanks to the Yates Theatre Gallery for hosting our Impact Unveiled Beyond the Silence art show, and Darcy Logan from CASA for curating the show for us. And just a reminder, our art show, Impact Unveiled Beyond the Silence, will be featured at the Yates Theatre Gallery until September. We are so thrilled with the quality of work that we received from local artists who have contributed their considerable talents to the expression of strength, survival, and healing. Make sure you stop by and check it out. Also continuing is our special Sexual Violence Awareness Month 50/50 raffle. Tickets are just $10 and can be purchased online by visiting our Linktree or the events section of our website. All proceeds from the raffle go towards supporting the work done by the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre. Draw date for the raffle is June 12th. Over the summer, the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre will be reaching out to local pubs, bars, lounges, and other establishments. We are hoping to distribute special posters and stickers designed to build awareness about sexual violence prevention and share information about where to get help. If you are a business owner who is interested in these materials, please contact our office at 403-694-1094. Have you got recyclable bottles, cans, and containers piling up, but you don't have the time to get them to the depot? Skip the Depot makes things easy for you. Just download their app, book a pickup, and then get your deposit money back. Or, even better, you can choose to donate that money to the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre. For more information, visit skipthedepot.com. And finally, we are excited to be participating in Rogers Birdies for Kids, presented by ElfLink. From now until the end of August, donations made to the Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Centre through Rogers Birdies for Kids will be matched up to 50%. This is a great way to extend your generosity and to support the work that we do. To participate, you can click the Donate Here tab in our link, or visit the Rogers Birdies for Kids website and select the Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Centre when you make your donation. That's the way the wind is blowing this month. We'll see you again soon for Chinook Wind.
Thank you so much, Brett. Welcome back to Voices in the Wind, where we are speaking to Kimberly Hansen, Senior Administrator for the Lethbridge and Area Métis Association. Before the break, we were talking about how Métis culture contributes to fostering health and community strength. Now, we know Métis communities have a long history of resilience. Can you talk about some strengths or coping strategies you've witnessed among Métis women, girls, and gender diverse people in the face of violence or adversity?
Sure. Yeah, our communities are definitely known for their resilience, and I would say for sure with our women, girls, and gender diverse people, that I see a lot of strength in our kinship ties. Kinship is really important to Métis. It's Wakotowin in Michif. And so those people that find those community connections, that's where we see the most strength and the most resilience. We have a lot of amazing women leaders in our community. And so, we see like adaptability, innovation. We see them just doing amazing things with commitment to education and commitment to community.
Awesome. And how do you feel the Métis cultural teachings and values inform the way that we support survivors of sexual violence in our communities?
So again, Wakotowin, right, those kinship ties, providing survivors and victims a place to connect outside within their community gives a place of strength. And so I think that's not just specific to Métis people, but to everyone. If you find someone who's been through some grief or trauma and they're isolated, it's harder to get to a place of healing and strength without those community connections. I sat through a lecture yesterday, maybe the day before, and it talked about archives. And we think of archives as these basements with like files and folders. but it was an oral histories and traditions lecture, and they talked about how anything can be an archive. If we have a ceremonial tree that is still used for a prayer or something, that's an archive of information, and even our own bodies are archives because we hold knowledge and we hold history. And so I think recognizing victims and survivors as knowledge keepers in their own right gives them that opportunity for resilience within their own lived experience.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you. And recently, our two agencies have forged a partnership to deliver services for Métis people. Can you maybe tell our audience a little bit about these initiatives?
Yes, we're so excited for these new programs. So it's still in development. I'm hoping that things will be ready to go by the end of summer. And we have a range of programs coming up. So what we're hoping to focus on, we've got women, girls, and gender diverse people that we want to support in workplace safety, like preventing sexual harassment in the workplace and how to deal with that if it happens, professionalism and resume building, like employability skills. And then we also want to help with access to resources. So we know that there are some amazing organizations doing really great work, like Chinook Sexual Assault Centre is one, but we find that our community members sometimes have barriers in accessing those resources. So part of this program will be helping our community members to remove the barriers and access those supports that they might need on their pathways to healing and dealing with their grief or trauma, and just assisting them in getting to those resources that are already there.
Cool. Thank you so much. And we are so excited to be partnering with you on this initiative as well. We have one last question, which is how can non-Indigenous allies and other organizations best support Métis-led initiatives to prevent and respond to sexual violence?
Yeah, so we are always open to partnerships that are willing to amplify Métis voices. So if we have organizations that want to do an Indigenous initiative, we hope that they'll reach out to us. And for allies, I would say focus on active listening. Recognize that Métis people have a lived history that's probably different than what you might expect. And so we're all on our own pathway to reclaiming identity and, personal healing and generational trauma and all that sort of thing.
Cool. Thank you so much. That's so great. And thank you again for joining us, Kimberly. We really appreciate all of your time and knowledge here. For more information about the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre, please visit our website at csacleth.ca or give us a call at 403-694-1094. If you need help, you can also call the Alberta One Line for Sexual Violence at 1-866-403-8000. Before we go, we do have one other special guest joining us in our little podcast studio. We would like to introduce Link, our new facility dog, along with his handler Bailey, who is the supervisor for the Chinook Child and Youth Advocacy Centre. We will have Bailey and Link join us for a full episode at some point, but in the meantime, Bailey, tell us a little bit about Link and his role here at the Chinook Sexual Assault Centre.
Absolutely. So Link is an accredited facility dog, and that means his job is to provide emotional support to any of the people that might need it. So for us at the center here, that means he will help support children when they have to do police interviews, when they have to prepare for court, even when they're going to court, he can accompany them. They can hold his leash, pet his soft fur, and just any of those other little meetings that they might have that could be stressful. He gets to be there to, give them snuggles. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bailey, and we are so excited to have Link on our team. As this will be my last time hosting Voices in the Wind, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of our listeners, supporters, and community members. The Chinook Sexual Assault Centre would not be able to do the work that we do without your belief in both our mission and our ability to achieve its vision. I also want to extend my sincerest thanks to all of the staff here, especially our CEO, Christine Cassie, and our other half of our fund development team, Brett Brown. I consider it a privilege to have worked with such incredible individuals who are so passionate, supportive, and kind. Thank you for making my time with this organization truly unforgettable. And thanks all of you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this month's episode. Please tune in next month for another episode of Voices in the Wind.